Hello, my leaders. Welcome to this week of February. This is week 3 of February as we're diving into respect, showing others that they are important by what you say and do. And today we have kind of a twofold thing. I'm going to dive in a little bit deeper for you guys that are watching this video, and I will expand on this a little bit more in large group time for your 2nd through 5th grade leaders. And so definitely be there and be listening as I'm diving in a little bit deeper than what the story does, okay, or what the curriculum does, okay. And so these first activities, as we go through it, we're going into just index cards and pins, and what you're going to do with this is just ask who are important people in your life, okay? So they're going to be writing that down. Who is important to you? Why are they important to you? And what are some ways that you would show someone that they're important, okay? And so that's one of your opening activities if you want to do that one. You have a plethora of opening activities today because I wanted to give you guys a few different options on how to do this. The opening activity option 1 is more for your 2nd through 3rd graders, okay? So the second through 3rd graders, what you're doing is you're just sitting around and it's like, I'm going on a road trip or I'm going on a picnic and I'm taking blah. And what you're doing is each kid has to say what they're bringing with something that starts with the first letter of their name. And so mine would be T, right? Because mine starts with Timmy. And so like, I'm going on a road trip and I'm bringing trucks, right? Like something fun like that. But it's just a fun way to get their minds going with like what we're going to be bringing as we go along this road trip. And it's because Jesus is going on this road trip and he stops in this town, right? And that's when he meets Mary and Martha and he stays at their house, okay? And so that's how that one ties into the to the story today. And your preteen activity, the ones for the older kids, what you can do instead is you can do different categories, and you have a beanbag, and you have to pass the beanbag back and forth to all the different children and stuff like that. And they have like 5 seconds to say something inside of that category, okay, something that applies to that category. And so it's the same concept, like okay, let's do like colors, right? And so you're passing it along and someone says red. And then the next person, when they get it handed to them, they have 5 seconds to say a different color, like green or something like that. So it'll be a lot of fun as you kind of just get them warmed up to that and thinking of different in the expansion of things as we dive into this story. Then as we go into the Mary and Martha story, it's from Luke 10. And basically Mary was the one that was sitting at the feet of Jesus and listening to every word that he said. Martha, on the other hand, was busy doing a lot of other things in the house, getting the house ready, prepping food, all of that stuff in the kitchen to serve Jesus in that way. The thing was that Mary was focused on Jesus as the person, right? Martha was focused on things, and these things were getting in a distractive way. They were a distraction to her actually listening to the feet of Jesus, right? She only had a few moments, like a little bit of time to actually hear these beautiful words of Jesus, and she was spending it in the wrong way. And so that's what this story is focusing on, okay? So the bottom line for today is take time to show others that they are important, okay? Now, I'm diving deeper into this bottom line today. Not only showing others that they are important, but reminding ourselves what is the priority in our life, and is it Jesus? And so Martha had this problem of her first priority wasn't Jesus. Her first priority was like food and making sure everything was right and being really busy and like all focused on these other things, whereas Mary had it right. And she was focused on the one true thing, which is Jesus. And so we're going to be diving into that a little bit more. Go through these discussion questions, please. If not these discussion questions, then go into discussion about the priority of Jesus, because I'm going to be talking about that a little bit more in large group. Is like, is Jesus our number one priority, right? Is the kingdom of God our one priority, or are we focused in on all these other things that don't actually matter in the long run? And so as you go through that, you got some discussion questions. Then on your actual activity number 1, you've got some more discussion questions that you guys can go through. And so if you need to do that activity, do it. If you just want to go through this discussion questions, like they're really into the conversation, go into the conversation. You don't have to do the activity, please. Like the activities are if they are just too wired and they can't help but move, then do the activities, you know? But anyway, all of that to say, these both of those discussion question pages are really good, so go through those because they dive into what it's all about. Then you have a door hanger activity, and basically they're creating a door hanger that has 4 different sides to it. And so there's an instruction sheet for you on how to make it, fold it, all of that, and do it the right way to where it can have 4 different sides to it. But it's all about what do we spend our time on. And so this one, what do we spend our time on? I'm hoping that they will use the one with like, I'm spending time with God. I'm hoping that that they'll use that side a lot, because that's what it's really all about, right? Is spending that sitting at the feet of Jesus and soaking in whatever he has for us. Okay, and then you have your memory verse activity, and basically open up, go through the Bible together and find this memory verse, go through that memory verse together, then have them creatively find a song or make a song out of like do unto others what you'd want them to do to you. Like, have them make some sort of fun song out of that, let them be a little bit creative on it. You don't have to make up a song unless they're like really stuck and then go like off of the version that it gives you in the curriculum, but like have them create a song off of a song that everyone knows or a tune that everyone knows. I think it would be really fun. And then pray together. And as you pray together, one way to show respect to God is to praying for those people that God created, right? And so we can be praying for everyone around us because God created everyone. And that even goes back to the lesson from last week, praying for our enemies, right? And so remind them of that praying for our enemies is very important too, that like we learned last week. And that's for this week, guys. Thank you so much for all that you guys do. Y'all are amazing. Let's dive really deep into just figuring out what it looks like to sit at the feet of Jesus and soak in what he has for us. We will see you guys in a little bit.